Okay, hit it. Well then, we need copy password to clipboard, and then start ACC. Just around Steam mode. Yes, worked immediately. Wrong way. Okay, SRXP. Okay. Enter password and connects. Ten minutes of free practice remaining. All is good. Well, this is borderline that my overlay covers up the mirror. Need to probably adjust that for the race actually. Maybe move it up there or something. There somewhere. Conditions we have 23 track temperature. It's pretty cold out there. I want to put a 4P. Let's see. I'll run on full fjordist. Chat is covering up the time remaining nearly. Well, I have multiple time remaining indicators, and no problem there. How much rubber is actually down on the track? Green, okay. Not that it really feels like it, but it kinda looked like it. Brakes? No, not quite turning up today. Oh, my tire pressures are way too high. I gave quite a bit too much pressure. Oh well. I lifted through a rouge, that's not great. Just need to take that flat. My mum seems to be wiping out right now. Man, this guy's speed behind me. Maybe we're running a lot of downforce on the setup. And that's why we're running pretty bad lap times. Well, we can probably tell very soon. Jesus. Well, full fuel tank that uphill is something. And then now the NSX comes. In the draft.
Car on the right.
Easy clap.
Clear on the right.
A second. You didn't. Why bigger roll bars? Just in general, like we're dealing with a bit of understeer here, so I don't know. Putting more roll bar in there is like really solving anything. I feel like the thing is just aero bound to the rear. Or maybe you're onto something. I think there's. Because compared to R-Factor 2, we don't in ACC you don't run lowest ARB necessarily everywhere. But that guy definitely was faster in the middle sector here, and now he's really running away from us. Like, you can definitely see him gapping me in the straights. Granted, I'm running a full fuel load right now. Like, and I guarantee 100% this guy isn't. At the worst, he's running 60 liters. Yeah, he's at a 20.4. Despite overtaking me. Oh, because he overtook me because he didn't lose that much time. And we are seriously right now off pace. We need a blanchiment. Okay, I mean also my tire pressures are wrong. Also, if you want to like turn your wheel less, we can give the car more steering rack. Because this works here as everybody wants it to work in rFactor 2. In rFactor 2 you just reduce your steering range. In ACC you actually increase or decrease how your rack ratio is. So can give this thing more steering. However, that also means usually more graining. I think we have already a bit of graining on the fronts on this setup. Not on these tires, I think these tires are right, still fine. Jesus! How this thing struggles to get through that corner. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, damn, qualifying's not gonna be easy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have like maxed out rear wing sets.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Not below the chicane.
Session is now.
Let's check the set a bit. 19.3 from Fosca, but I'm very sure that those are qualifying times. Oh, actually, we're not running maxed wing. We're running 4 wing. I think we might actually need that. And like 53mm right height front, 69mm rear right height. That all looks pretty fine to me.
Green light, go, go, go.
Temperatures have slightly gone up. I will have to close. I want to reopen up the brake ducts, I guess, maybe. Because we'll need to go on pad type 1. Otherwise there's no fucking point in doing anything. Might as well not participate in qualifying if we don't put pad type 1 on there. We need to drop tire pressure for sure back down. Because those were too high as well. So let's just reload the setup, I guess. Quick away. To deal with this. Pad type 1. Actually, we already put light graining on those front tires from just those few laps. That's scary to think about. We have only a steering ratio of 12. There's only 1 click less, actually. We can make the steering even less indirect. Not really that much more. Let's close the brake ducts 1 click, I think. ARBs, they're already like... I mean, they're not that stiff, but they're not like absolutely soft. I'm noticing this car has barely any bump stop range on the front, so we'll give it some there. So we'll give the car a bit more front end in corners. It makes it probably a bit more nosy when you brake into corners. Within reason, that can be pretty useful. Brake wires are probably fine. CABS are probably fine. We could try more, giving a click more ARB on the rear. try this. Didn't do much. I added 1 click of rear ALB. I added 1 millimeter of rear right height. And I reverted the pressures backwards but left the brake ducts open. This, not open, I kept them closed like I ran them just now. And I switched over to pad type. Pad type 1. So we have a bit more braking performance. And oh yeah, I increased the front bump stop range, which will allow us to, which is effectively decreasing the amount of packers in the front, which should give the car also more front end. But overcoming 3 seconds worth of like time problems is like, that's not great. Granted, that was just now driving on a green track. In comparison, what is now, it's a fast track. So that's very interesting, because with the 1 hour session, we're probably gonna rubber in the track as it goes. So these times in the beginning now are completely useless. Everyone will beat their time later down the session. It's gonna come down to the last 10 minutes or so, most likely. Although we're likely to switch to a fully rubbered in track before the session ends. There's 40 cars going around. I mean, intermittently are going around the track. Some people are not always driving, which is fair enough. But this amount of cars should usually let rubber in a track fairly quickly. It depends always how far we're into fast. Has it just gone over from green to fast? Or is it like hours deep into fast? It's like very deep into fast that we're just... very deep into fast, so we'll soon go optimum. I mean, fast is at least not as bad in terms of like terminology as wet, because the wet track is like, well, it goes from slightly a bit more than damp to like well done ending, and then it only goes into flooded. But I don't like how this Audi is pulling away from me. It's just the car doesn't have the grip to compete, it seems. I'm not doing anything massively wrong in driving, it's just... that is a mistake fix. That's nice. That corner is always like, if you set it up wrongly, that corner you get, when you get the entry wrong on that corner, you're just in a world of pain and misery. But brakes still don't always work. $19.8 from the Audi in front, 20.4 from me. Not great. Yeah, I think I need to move the brake bias backwards. This thing is locking up the front tires. clear the car, starting to push over the front axle again. Ah! Yeah, you can drive onto the curbing, but that's about it. Bullwinkle is setting the fastest time with about 1.7 seconds in front of me. The Audi actually got his lap invalidated last time around. That 19 was not valid, which is why we're in P3 right now. I think a lot of people just set banker laps, or not qualified yet. I'm still trying to find where I'm leaving time on the table. And there isn't many places left, honestly. Like, I'm down the ride, down to the 10th of a second nearly on my best time the entire lap around. There's just so little in there. It's crazy. That guy's downright scary. There's a bit of time to be gained on the final chicane, but that's about it. It's just like the only spot there's like time left. Couldn't put the power down. Tight entry, way too tight entry, which made a bad exit. Oh, missed the apex there. Still just about pulled it up, so I didn't get a cut track. I should remember to go down to second for that corner complex. Bounce over the curb too much. Picked up my throttle slightly too much in mid-corner now. When you improve and you don't improve a single position. I have enough fuel for one more lap, as for this lap. After that I'm out of fuel. I do not have to return to the pits. I can escape to the pits, what I'm actually meaning. I don't have to drive back. Oh, that's cut track. Whatever. It's okay. Well, currently we're the fastest McLaren, but not by much. No, actually we aren't. There's a McLaren, yeah. Something I wanted to check is, yeah, there's some 20s. Fastest sector 1 is a 41.1 from him. Mine, oh, a 41.7, Jesus! That is bad. My final sector is not that much off. It's a 4/10 from him. But like, how the fuck is this guy like in the same car 6/10 faster on a straightaway? Like, what's going on here? And also in the middle sector, I'm bleeding time obviously to other cars. Like, damn, I'm losing so much. And also against other McLarens. Wasn't that lap the first sector so bad? No, that was actually my best first sector in this run so far. Like, what is this? That can't be right. My fastest sectors overall together. And they still are faster than me in a straight. And I'm using barely any rear wing on this car. Like, there's 4 wing, you can go like 6 higher. And I cannot keep up in a straightaway apparently or no. That is so strange. That is definitely very weird. Yeah, we can definitely look at replays. Can load the replay. I mean, we can check how... The problem is I can't see the inputs because in VR you can't get the... Let me actually watch the T1 here. Because I can only go because on VR like you can't switch the HUD on. When you're on desktop mode, you can switch and replay the HUD on, so you get you can have the entire dials and everything displayed. So it's not just that on stream you don't have any. Yeah, I mean I missed the apex there basically massively. That's part of the problem. I think my first sector is just because I fuck it up. I'm too scared of getting close to that curb. I think that's part of my massive issue with that sector. Top speed wise, where are we getting at? Ah, come on. 260 at the 150 board. We'll just go with that. Let's just watch this M4. The M4 is way slower than me. I think that guy's out of the pits, though. I think that's the 720S that... Yep, that's the 720S that came up the hill. Don't know if this guy is, like... He's revving that car out way too much, I think. However, he hits 261, so he's slightly faster than a straightaway, but that can be a better run for the for Rouge. Heck, give him. Just watch this. Yeah, he's taking wide entry and then gets to the apex, but my car doesn't have turn in through the entire complex. It's like the car just doesn't turn, which is fun. A lot of fun. There's absolutely no turn in through that hill section. Okay. But the adjustments that we've made so far, like we've not felt particularly much changes, so I guess I can go more extreme, maybe. Although giving the car more rake probably will result in it bleeding more straight line speed when we're lacking straight line speed. I'll go for that. Bit more front bump stop range. I move the brake bias backwards. And perhaps a bit more steering ratio even. So my steering is more aggressive. Yeah, I need to nail that apex up the hill apparently, but I'm also bleeding in the middle sector. I think I need to do more sweeping changes to the setup to get it to bite a bit more on the front.
Yellow flag ahead. Charlie in front.
Woo! What was that? The Radeon just suddenly quit the race. And oddly enough, I mean, I guess I changed the rake so that I could make changes on the acceleration parts. You would expect it more in every other phase of the corner than the exit, where I didn't do any real changes on the setup so far. Yeah, I mean, it's not 5/10 of a second still, but it's like a tenth that I'm gaining here for running the hill correctly. And I'm also hitting now the correct top speed and everything. Part of the pace improvement can be the track rubbering in here, so that has to be considered.
Yellow flag ahead. Charlie in front.
I'm feeling like I'm starting to get four-wheel slides. The front end starts bite, where it both slides over the front and rear end. It feels like I'm reaching the limit of the grip on the rear as well. Very frustrating situations. So the car just bleeds down like there's no tomorrow.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
And the brakes failed. Ah, I hate that. I You're a millimeter too late and the car completely misses the corner. Not just you missed the apex by a meter, you just missed the entire corner. Late throttle again. That cost me time. I'm already running pretty low ABS setting. I think I might need to stay actually 5th because I upshift into 6th in a rush. That might not help me either, but it should also not make that much of a difference. What the fuck are you guys doing? You're getting blue flag, get the fuck off the circuit. Finally! Yeah, you fucking deaf person! There were so many opportunities to let me by before that, and then... Now then only he finally realizes, oh wait, there's a car behind me that is flashing its headlights like it's a fucking Christmas tree. Maybe I should move over and let him by. Dude, you had like 6 corners or something where I've been flashing you. You've been constantly showing blue flags. It's just on a fast lap.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I'm late on the throttle again. Improvement. But I'm pretty sure the track is improving more than us. Yeah, because we're still 1.7 seconds off provisional pole, and I want to get that down to a second. Something reasonable. Stay 5th up the hill. Ah, missed the apex there. And that's a track limit. Missed the apex there. Even though I missed the apex and completely blew the corner, we still were faster, so I guess another thing that we need to do is run 5th gear up the hill. Otherwise we're losing too much time. I think I might be a bit short on fuel. Switch to engine map 12. I think that's the safety car map on this car. I'm not 200% sure. Usually it's the highest map that's the safety car map. Could have easily applied the throttle earlier, but didn't for some reason. Lost me some time.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
That's more like it. Upshift to 6th. Yeah, 5th gear was also a secret weapon. You need 5th gear up the hill. Too far. If I'm feeling I can make the car too pointy at this rate. It's like it's just starting to run out of complete grip. It's just not providing grip on any end of the car. I have light graining actually on all tires nearly. Like what the fuck is this thing doing? It's just not gripping up. Where are the other people gaining their grip time? It's just not making sense. I'm looking at the tire wear and it's balanced despite how much camber we're running. I mean, we're running pretty stiff spring rates. I guess we could try running softer springs on the entire car. The car runs in general just very stiff springs. Take a click of springs out of all wheels. Not just the front, but also the back. So I'll take a bit of rake back out of the car. I feel like it's gotten a bit too much. And perhaps add a liter of fuel. Just to be safe. Right. We're halfway through qualifying so far. So, 1.7 seconds of pole. About a second off the other McLaren. Yeah. Yeah, there's still a lot of time in the middle sector I'm leaving on the table. And the final, like I'm losing in the final 6/10ths, I'm losing in the first... to the pole sitter I'm losing like nearly an ungodly amount of like a second in the first sector nearly. It's just crazy, like where the fuck are these guys getting that much time out of the car? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I've gotten only like 2/10ths faster in the first sector, which is like, yeah, thanks. I've tried now everything. I'm not getting quicker. And there's not a half a second in the first fucking corner. We're not buying this shit. And the final sector actually starts just before, with like, this is the sector split here, right when I've switched over to the car. So this corner counts already in sector 3. So yeah, that's... but yeah, when you look at these... It's probably not a good lap. Oh, that's a bit much over still. Right. Also, we have an optimum track, by the way, now. And yeah, we're gonna try now soft. I wanna go even one click more soft, just to make this very pronounced, this change. Nah, let's not do that. It's a bit probably overly extreme. I definitely need to at some point make the fucking write the code so that I can track people's protocol people's delta around the lab. Everyone's, because I can do it with myself very accurately. I don't need it for ACC specifically. And I don't have it on my dashboard, but I definitely need to add that. However, I could probably do that with... Definitely need to do that with the opponent cars as well. It's just the code that I use right now, simplified terms, it uses to like switch lap. I will have to figure out when they cross start finish. Also, there are some flaws in that code. In terms of ACC evaluates the... Because I'm losing the lap fraction. In ACC there's some weird shit with lap fraction. Like... You've completed... Like the lap does not start at 0 and ends over 1. Let's have this guy just by, he's getting on my nerves. I think he's quick anyway. Although he is currently in qualifying behind me, but that doesn't matter too much. I mean, we're currently sitting P10, I guess. Significantly worse exit out of P1. I'm very sure that like half a second, as much time as I'm losing, is probably not in T1 alone. Like it's probably not helping. I'm probably bleeding like 2/10 or something there. Actually, I'm still getting faster down the straight here. Guess there's more optimization in Rouge still. I'm not doing correctly. Not particularly much finish. What are you guys doing? Let's hope this guy isn't completely incompetent in front of me. It's just the car doesn't put the power down for some reason. just can't get the car rotated and pointed out and fired out of the corner in time. I'll gain some time out of a Rouge, I guess.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, that's terrible. Must be power run. Ah, it didn't stick. Car just didn't want to grip up. For fucking sakes, come on. Shitbox just didn't want to stick.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Ah, bad run for the corner. My exits are getting worse out of the final chicane. For fuck's sakes. And now I'm the gearbox of this Audi in front. Okay, there's now 210s nearly end of the... But my exits out of the first corner are still getting worse. It's just this continually getting worse, worse, worse. For the better. Ate a bit of inside curb up there. This guy's still 29 for something. Brown over there. He's not gonna move out of the way. And cost me all my time. I have one more lap. And fuel. Oh, but I need gap to this dipshit front. It's just way too slow for driver. I mean, I'm not going. I'm actually down to 1.3 seconds behind the pole time. But the problem is the field is tightening up right now. The pole set is probably gonna improve before the end of this. This fucking Audi driver, for God's sakes. Blows the corner as well while he's at it. When is he gonna score? 21-4. I mean, that's competitive with a writer.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag, be careful there.
I think I want to take the TC out of the car for turn 1. I think the car's cutting its engine power out, and I apply the throttle there. Ah, missed the apex completely. That's a blow. Oh fuck. I want to stay on the left, but I guess we're not gonna do that. No, I didn't want to fucking hit drive. Let me back into... Okay. Well, slight improvements, but not... I'm gonna go back with the... I don't think the spring rate changed it much. The... So that's 5 my most recently used one? I guess so. I think it was Pilots at 5 that I just drove. But... yeah, I got no flat spots even on the tires. This thing is just not quite wanting to work. So I think I need another corners to TC at that level, but I guess... Do you want to actually take the plunge and take the rear wing off the car? No, we didn't steal an AC set. This is an ACC set. I had used this before in a 6-hour race on this track, but I guess this is just a slow but stable setup for people. Or is it just too slow? It's not competitive quite. It doesn't have the magic touch in terms of like grip in a lot of places, and that's what I'm struggling with. Shit, I don't have magic grip. Apparently everyone else has. So tires at 6 on the car now. Went back on the rake. Weather looks fine. Look, ACC, you can wipe the car out into a wall at full speed and the car is still fine. You have to tow it most likely, because the steering rack can actually break completely. But nothing that you can't fix in a few minutes. But yeah, if you impact hard, it doesn't just bend the suspension in ACC, it's... if you wreck hard enough, you can't turn a certain direction at all anymore. And also, at a certain point when you take damage, you're so much slower due to the aerodynamic damage on the car that it's just not worth continuing. So you have to come in and repair the car. But everything is repairable in a few seconds, so that's great. I mean, I got wiped out in the recent 2.5-hour race by a Porsche being across the track, and I hit it with full speed, bent up my suspension and had to come in to repair because of meatball. But I was out of the pits again in like a minute 12 with fresh tires. So it's ACC for you. You can fix a completely broken car. Like, yeah, there's no engine death. No power-ups? We just hope so. Why are the exits so shit? Like every single time I cannot get the exit speed up. It's so frustrating. The car just doesn't want to go out of the fucking corner again. Although this is the first flyer in ACC, usually not the fastest lap. Oh, come on. Usually not the fastest lap. The tires are not quite up to pressure yet. They need another lap, usually.
Yellow flag.
Again, it just doesn't want to go. And I've lost so many times now, time out of that corner. It's like, why am I... Why is this potentially even getting worse still? Like, there shouldn't be any possibility of this getting worse at this point anymore. Ah, too deep. Car really doesn't want to take that corner. Too little on the throttle there. Ooh, that was close with track limits. Playing chicken with track limits there. Yes, 8 minutes on the clock right now remaining.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Red on lane, personal fastest lap.
Ah, wheel spin instead of getting... Ah, that was a bad one up there. Let's just pull over, right. Just turn briefly one more time. Anything left I can do in this car? I mean, we're just under 7 minutes to go.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And we need over 4 minutes 40 to do 3 more laps. after this few flyers. Slight problem of being stuck behind this beamer in front. Once the tires and everything up to pressure, we should be able to fly. Try one more time to get every little bit of pace out of this car. Yeah, this is gonna be tight for me to start another 2 laps.
Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag accepted.
Seems there's a bit more track evolution right now. Oh, really bad exit there. Cost me all my time. Oh, and I need a lot of time actually to close up to in front. I need half a second to gain any further positions. I feel like I'm getting a drop of sweat in my thigh.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Not even improved on the entry, but still losing on the exit. Missed the apex there.
There's a slow car behind. Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Ah, no rotation. Car did not bite until the right hander. Wide line for here. Oh, bad line here. Give me the sock. 24 seconds. Oh, I missed the apex there. Okay, he abandons. Good, I can continue.
Clear on the right. Well done, mate. That's Lukas.
Still slow exit out of the corner. Oh, what was that? No! No, I got a... Oh, there was a weird bump that suddenly appeared in the bottom of a rouge. That fucked me up. Ah. And the 3 cars behind me are still on hot labs, so we aren't sure yet where we'll come out. And tomorrow is still another day for qualifying as well, so it's not helping either. These are probably, however, on the same team. And we just got displaced 1 position by Qualy. Miller, however, stays behind us. And there was 2 10s in there in the first corner, and I'm really sure there's fucking more time in that stupid first corner because it just constantly wanted to sip the time away as soon as I exit the corner. Well, I'm nearly down actually to a 41, however, in tier 1, which at least that's something. We're only 3 tenths now slower than Chamberlain for T1, for sector 1, so that's good. My middle sector is actually as fast as Chamberlain. Like, I put the same middle sector time basically in, and my final sector is about, where's Chamberlain? A 10th slower? Yeah, that's really interesting. Chamberlain is P5 in qualifying. Where's the time all lost? Because he is like half a second up the road. That's just switched, okay. I mean, we can save the setup as a qualifying setup while we're at it. What I'm definitely noticing is these tires are getting a fucking beating. We're getting graining constantly on our tires, which that's really, really not good. For race practice, we maybe need to copy some of the tweaks that we have on this thing. Some of them, perhaps. I ran a lot more, by the way, for rearward brake bias. Like, you were having issues with the previous settings, I ran way more even. But I think this is also in part due to I think in qualifying you need to run more rearward brake bias. So yeah. And we also missed our target of being 1 second behind Bolt. But we're on the top 10 so far. So yeah, that's one thing. Here she is. Isn't she a beauty? I'm gonna send it over to you later. If you can't actually allow me to rotate upwards, I guess not. I can just turn around. I can switch to showroom, I guess. Which will show a different perspective of the car. And yeah, isn't she nice? Oh, I just noticed. I haven't mirrored that part yet. I've still forgotten to mirror that line. Well, at least I now noticed that the line on the back I have mirrored over. Ferrari is like so sexy. I really liked how this turned out. Right. Yeah. Well then, I mean, I could hop onto the multiplayer server, I guess. On the practice server, and drive a few laps. There's the Qualy server, and there's the drivers for server. Look, obviously offline, but I'm in the car as correctly assigned. All right. I think it's colder in the server than when I put practice on. I will change the steering ratio back because that could prolong the tire lifespan. Turn the brake bias back to the realm of normal, I guess. Yeah, I think that could. Here's try an attempt now. Yeah, I would say this is definitely more skittish. Ah, blue corner.
Well, lovely. The fastest lap so far.
27 with. Oh, that wasn't enough to invalidate. Qualifying was stuck nearly. I guess not this time around. Must have just slightly driven out of the curbing. I was just doing a pin entry. Those 4 guys are starting in the top pit lane. Man, practice must suck for them because I'm at the bottom pit lane. But I can select you technically on the driver swaps despite that you aren't online, which is interesting. Oh well. Yeah, man, I want to take the car from the Google Docs stock. Yeah, man. What do you mean? You can't control. Ah. You're doing an assignment, okay, and you're not controlling it with your Google Docs document. I don't know what would happen if I do that. Probably nothing, because you aren't there, and then I'd stall the cars and pull it away. This is one of the few cars when you're not using auto clutch. If you drive something like the Porsche, that thing has like built-in auto clutch into the car, like clutchless cars. And there's a few cars like the Porsche, the Audi, the Lambo, and the new M4. And it's like so funny when you just put the car into first gear, and as the car drops off the jacks, you press the starter while you have a foot on the throttle, and the thing just drives away, and it's like such a satisfying feeling. Right. Okay. I mean, I can send you the set, you can drive it at one point and then see if you think it's worse or better than the other set. Probably worse, let's face it. Okay, so yeah, right, I need to do this button, and then we have everything done. Oh, well then. I only need to patch up the livery then. Having forgotten to put that one line on there. But yeah, we've done the qualification, at least the first session. I'm thinking if I want to do the second one, but I don't think I have time tomorrow. It's just, if it was an hour later, I probably could qualify, but so I probably can't. That's why I very much intentionally drove tonight, because and I actually qualified for 4 hours straight. Right. What do you mean with Ben's livery? In terms of my car livery? Oh yeah, the practice server for some reason set up the names that the name tags were hidden. Right. Okay. Alright, where is this? Okay, well then. I think this is all for tonight. At least for now. Let me just refresh again the results page. Oh, come on! I copied the fucking password of you earlier, for fuck's sake, SGP, and now it has decided to log me out, so I need to log through Steam in again. Actually, I can easily. I'm still logged in Steam, which is good. Web browser's still logged in Steam. I don't need to log in again. It is a big pain in the ass when I checked earlier, in terms of when you're doing it on your phone, with that same phone being your Steam authentication. Then it becomes a massive pain in the ass to pull that off. I saw the Ben's lines before the real wheels. Yeah, actually, I think Ben's made that, posted, I think in photographs, I think a template, and I took that template, noticed it looks shit, and then made it myself again. Made the lines, but I like the concept of the lines there. So it's basically like imitated from Ben's, but not quite. I had them actually in the GIMP. I copied them into the GIMP file and I had applied them at those places, but I hadn't. I might be able to pull this stuff. Hello, could you kindly open my GIMP? Okay. No, I don't want my GIMP on my second screen. Please go to my first one. This time I'll studio mode before I go. Yep, you changed it to the wrong monitor again, for fuck's sakes. Why it's forgetting that I want my primary monitor to be shown is interesting. I always find that interesting. Right, okay, GIMP. Where's my thing here? This delivery. I might still have the piece. No, I think I deleted them when I was done and when I merged everything together. The pieces. It's the pieces that make it up. And as noticeable, I haven't. I forgot to mirror the roof line. Where is it? Roof. Where's my roof thing? No, I don't want to move this. Just let me scroll. Roof. Extra. Oh, I turned the wrong thing on. I turned the ID thing instead of the UV map. The ID thing is easy to figure out where the fuck things are. It's not like useful for anything else. So. Do I have pluses and minuses on this keyboard? I guess not. Oh well, gonna zoom with the touchpad. Right then. Wait a second. This is crooked. Most of these templates are actually pretty straight, but like, this is clearly not straight. Like, this piece is not straight in here. My goodness. The fact that I need to mirror it, it's not making it easier. Ah, cancel it. Right. I just need the width for the most part. Is there anything I really care about the width? Because most parts are easy to mirror. It's like you have to, however, individually mirror. Like this door piece, I had to mirror individually. When I mirrored the main white line over, I had to mirror a few pieces twice because they weren't quite right. So Yep, it's not quite correctly placed because it's not merging in the middle together. It's also crooked from where it's supposed to be. Right, but some minor corrections, and it looks like it's actually in place now. Anchor layer. Merge down. So, this piece fixed. Am I chatting again? Oh, I see what's going on here. Because this here in game wasn't quite right. The white line needs to be actually more like here, but like this is a bit of a mess. The roof logo here is a complete mess because it's like because you have like this piece, these two, and these two, and then these two technically here. There are holes out of this here. It's like, boy, there's just so much garbage there with the roof. That is just majorly annoying at this point. So I'm just like, well, fuck yeah, I'm gonna easily just go. Can I have, which piece? This one, the color of it. Yep, I got that color. So I'm just gonna make a layer. Roof. That's correct, I guess. And I mean, I guess I can just free and draw it on here as well. So that will do the trick in terms of just finishing this off. That's about it. So export as oh yeah, we have this folder here already. But there's a bunch more stuff now in there. Here we need to do our decals. Replace. So save this file as well while we're at it. Okay, now we do need to change something. Let's launch you here because not this. We need menu settings actually. That is text to DDS. Switch that on again because while prototyping, it would. ACC converts its liveries to DDS files, PNGs to DDS, which makes them easier to load and all of that stuff. So when it isn't able to so when you're prototyping a livery and stuff, it's easier obviously to just keep exporting PNGs. So you need to switch that setting off. And that's the one setting I think of the ACC that you really only get in JSON. One of the few that you... It may exist in menus. I don't think actually it does because that setting anyway was only added not so long ago. Hey, could my PC not die? Please, thank you. We have these lines now here. Top piece is a bit better put together. Even though not really. And that's it. So. I assume that my stuff is already saved. Let's just briefly check that. Documents. Stato costo composizione, customs, liveries. Here's 720. And yep, they're the 2DDS files. It's technically a sponsors PNG, but like I literally left that empty because I don't need a second layer. But if I don't put a sponsors PNG in there, it will leave the default sponsors on the car, and they leave certain things on the car that I don't like. So it's the best way to just remove everything. We technically don't have like Pirelli logos and other things. I just like purge most things of the car that way. I really like this one. I mean, I made this at some point. Where is it? Where's the Lexus? I'm not blind yet. This Lexus. I made this Lexus some time ago. Which that is based off trying to emulate a official design of a Lexus, just with slight modifications to the car. Yeah, this thing is into the 02 and the other one is just as here's a 7. So at least the roof piece there is easier, it's just 2 pieces. Right. This 720s again. I mean, I do like the 6. This is default livery, a livery template thing, and it looks not too bad, but the color is like shit. So there's that. 650S is an absolute dog. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's close this. Close this. Actually, I need that open. I actually need that open because I need to move this fast. No, we don't. We're not looking at that. Actually, I forgot to launch this software again. Yeah. Not to download, but to seed. We shall seed. Okay, well, good. Oh, actually, you're not anymore seeing anything because it automatically switched back to the. When the game launched, it automatically switched to the game overlay and then switched back out of the game overlay. Right, that's good. Oh well. Well then, I think it's early, but I will call it now. Done a lot of driving. Good luck with your assignment. Bye bye.